Hello, this is Palico Patch, and welcome back to another episode of the Curious Expedition. And it's the first time I am recording in the new home this game, so bear with me. Now, just one thing actually to actually point out. You may notice it, you may not. You might be okay, don't know. My silent clicking mouse has died a death in transit, and because of that, I've only got my super duper Logitech G700S, which is my new wireless clicky thing, because of my new setup. So you may hear the odd click, and for that I apologise. But it is something which I am looking at rectifying in the next couple of episodes. You'll probably get 1 or 2 episodes where you'll hear the clicking, but then once again it should hopefully be fixed and you won't hear anything. Now, with that in mind, we finished okay with our last explorer. We didn't get the Necronomicon, but with Freya Stark it seemed to be a bit of a waste to not accept the challenge of doing every expedition in a desert. You know, that was her trait. Let's use it, let's abuse it, let's not confuse it. And as it turns out, we didn't find the Necronomicon, but that's okay, that's okay. We've still got a fair few explorers to get through, and worst case scenario, I'll do it off camera, I'll find it, and we'll continue as normal. It'll be edited in post. No one will be none the wiser. That's the plan anyway. But as it turns out, we have a new expedition, or explorer should I say, to crack on with. And who is that, you may ask? Well, let's have a look. So we've got Freya Stark. She finished. She gets a nice gold frame around her. Lovely. Yeah, you, I will get to you, sir. I will get to you. You are the bane of my existence. But as it turns out, we are going to be skipping H.P. Lovecraft and cracking on with Isabella Bird, the legendary adventurer, first woman to join the Royal Geographical Society. And her perk is Geography. Gives additional information about your region, which is probably going to be okay as far as a perk is concerned. Not the most outstanding one, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And as it stands right now, I am definitely in the begging section of society. But never mind. Isabella Bird, what do we know about her? Well, she was born on the 15th of October in 1831 in Yorkshire in the UK. A bit of a northern lass, and she is renowned as an explorer, writer and photographer. And she was, as it says there, the first woman to be elected to be a Fellow of the Royal Geographical Society in 1892, which, you know, girl power and all that, I suppose. And it was a fairly outspoken girl from a young age. It says on the Wikipedia that at 6, when she was confronted by an MP trying to get votes for the upcoming elections, she asked him outright, "Did you tell my father my sister was so pretty because you wanted his vote?" Spunky, that's what I like. A girl with balls. Not literally, but still a nice confident woman. Not bad at all. And she was homeschooled yet very intelligent, and she had terrible health issues from an early age growing up. And at 19, she actually had a tumour removed from her spine, which is obviously quite extreme for, you know, being back in the 1800s. It's not so regulatory as it is these days. So there was a lot of risk there. And after this, the doctors actually urged her to go on a sea voyage, to which she went to America with £100 off her dad, and he basically just said, go out there and live your life and get on with it. And from the experience she had from her first visit to America, it formed the basis of her first book, which was one of the bestsellers at the time, called An Englishwoman in America. And she came back after a while. You know, her health improved, and in 1872 she left Britain once again to go to Australia, which she absolutely hated. Full of convicts. So after Australia, where do you go? You know, you've done the harsh, desolate land of Australia. Where's the next best place? Hawaii, obviously. It was then known as the Sandwich Islands, which I didn't know, which is pretty interesting, I thought. The Sandwich Islands. Is there a special sandwich for Hawaii? It's like a Hawaiian sandwich I'm not aware of. There's Hawaiian pizza. The girlfriend loves that. I'm not a fan of pineapple on pizza. It's a completely different sort of taste sensation. It's sour. Well, not sour. Savoury for me. Not sweet. Sweet doesn't work. But anyway, I digress. She then went to Colorado after Hawaii, and which was at the time the newest state in the American behemoth, which was to be the 52 states. Jibber jabbering there, just ignore me. And yeah, there she met an outlaw by the name of Rocky Mountain Jim, who, as things would have it, was based in the Rocky Mountains. So not really a clever name as such, just yeah, more of an observation than anything. And they got on like a house on fire, supposedly. Nothing came of it, and after a year or so, she did leave. And within another year, he was actually killed dead outright. But, you know, outlaws, you know, they don't go on forever. The legend may live on, but they definitely don't. And yeah, she came home, and then she had a while at home, and then she went to Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia. This woman is well travelled. She's very well travelled. And at 60 years old, after the death of her husband at the time, she became a missionary and went to India. At 60. There's not many people in the 1800s who live even that long, so that in itself is a feat, I suppose. And she died in 1904, aged 72 in Edinburgh, which is in Scotland, if you're not aware. And she was planning another trip to China. Can you believe that? 72 years old, and she was still cavorting out there, you know, going out there, living the dream. And in her obituary, in her death statement in the Spectator newspaper, they actually wrote, "There never was anybody who had adventures as well as Miss Bird," which I think is quite a nice thing to say about anybody. And with that in mind, let's not try and get her killed. And let's find this bloody Necronomicon. Now, with Isabella Bird, we have a Scottish soldier, which is fitting since she was in Edinburgh most of her life in the UK. And as we know, he's good with the alcohol, so that's cool. We have a native shaman, which is unusual. Never had one from the off, I don't think. I might have, I don't know, I can't remember. But yes, interesting die there. And we do tend to find quite a few mushrooms, so there's a chance that he will come in quite useful. And I really dig that face paint. That's an awesome headdress, awesome face paint. And with that, good old donkey, we'll find out what that name is in a second. A little bit of alcohol, not too much. Don't want to overindulge. We also have dynamite, torches, a pistol, and shovels. Shovels are pointless as far as I'm concerned, but never mind. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, old friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honour the expeditions of our most famous member? Word is that you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I am afraid to tell you that you are not the only candidate. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer within our club. And we have Ada Lovelace, Harriet Tubman, Marie Curie, and Alexandra David Neal. It's the women. It's all the women. Now go explore. Adventure awaits. Girl power. Normal expedition. And being numero uno, we only have the one to crack on with, which is the Grand Jungle. Grand Jungle. A well-balanced region consisting mostly of wide grasslands. A golden pyramid can be found in this region. Let's have a look. After being too excited to sleep, I boarded the ship. We had some more time before the ship would be ready, so I had one last pot of tea. Someone approached me with a request. He needed to have a message delivered to the chief of a village that we would surely stumble upon it in our trek. One day, I am not going to accept this mission. Well, I'm just going to crack on, just get on with it. It's almost like a tutorial, so should we do it? Should we do it? What's your names? Goyaru. Goy. And we have Isabella, and we have Sakari. What? Davidson. Sakari? Sax. And Mr. Thurman. I'm sure we've had Mr. Thurman before. What's your name? Sam Asmi. See, you've got more of a British name than my Scottish soldier. He was a racist. Terrible racist. You're going to get on well with Goy, who's claustrophobic. We're gonna wing this one. We're going to refuse. See what happens. I ignored his plea. What was he thinking? That we are some kind of postal service? My heart jumped with joy as I heard that our vessel was prepared to set sail. Let's do this. Right, Expedition 1. No letter to deliver, which is a first. Let's see if this works out or not. And we are on a 2-region map, which is about right. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. After barely surviving one of the most monstrous thunderstorms I've ever witnessed on a ship, we reached the land of our upcoming adventure. I was curious to find what adventures were waiting for us here. And Goy doesn't speak a word of English. Awesome. Right. We don't need to refill any water. We don't need ship storage, so I'm guessing we're just cracking on straight away. And we are, well, we're winging it, so we don't know where to go. Let's just head south and see what happens. Oh, so there's our first one. So we've got 2 here. That's fine. I think if we go to the stone circle first, we're going to have to head east anyway. So, stone circle. We came across a stone formation that was obviously man-made. There were inscriptions etched into each rock. Maybe they formed a kind of map. Right, so do we want to reveal the region or reveal the villages? I think the villages would be good, although they're going to be fairly close anyway, aren't they? The stone formation isn't that helpful on a 2-region map, so let's just do reveal the region. Aha! Aha! Right, so it's yeah, it's sort of southeast we'll be heading, although we are blocked off by mountains, although we can always cut through, and it seems to be something evil down the bottom there. You can tell by the red. Those hyenas. Oh, not good, not good. Okay, well let's crack on to the other side of the question mark. Trader. We'll get rid of these shovels. A wandering tradesman had set up camp here. The colourfully dressed trader had a lot of useful goods on offer. Most of them seemed to be remains of other failed expeditions. He proudly presented us a selection of his wares. We could not help but think that he had more valuables to sell. Oh dear. Right, so shovels, 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 and more shovels. We don't need the shovels. Let's get rid of them. Oh, they're not worth that much anyway. What about an elephant tusk? Oh no, oh no. Okay. More whiskey. Yeah, that's the answer. 2 whiskey for 5 shovels. Ridiculous trade-off, but never mind. That will do. The traders seem to expect to see us again as customers or the next failed expedition to raid. And then off to the last question mark in this region. So we'll go northwards because that's where we'll be going. That's the village. They are okay with us at the moment, and we have our first region point. Ooh. Well, we're going to promote Sakiri or Sakari or Sax as he is the whiskey lover, and we need more sanity off the whiskey, so that'll be good. Today we reached a village. The natives seemed to be a group of skilled scouts. I could smell that they had just prepared food. The villagers kindly waved us over and offered some of their freshly cooked food. Oh, it's very lovely of them. We shall take the meat. Thank you very much. The villagers observed us with caution. They were polite and offered us what they could. Right, so we've got a bit of sanity, which will be going up when we eat the meat, which is awesome. We have the whiskey anyway. I don't think there's any need to sort of rest here. So let's just trade. What do you have? Nothing which is grabbing me, to be honest with you. How much of the horn flute? Meat? 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 Berries? No. Mango? No. How about mango and torch? 2 torches, a mango. No, that's about even. I don't think we can get much more even on that. So, yeah, that'll do. I settled on a deal with the villagers, and with that, do we recruit? It's very rare they come back with us, isn't it? Let's have a look. I sat down and spoke with the natives to see if some locals were willing to join the trek. However, not one of the villagers wanted to join the trek. We needed to increase our standing with these people before they would join. Oh dear. Okay, our extended presence was perceived well by the natives. They remained kind and we felt like welcome guests in this settlement. Awesome. We packed up the trek and headed out as new adventures awaited us. Right, so we can't see the next region at all. So let's get up onto the hill. Wow, that's a major step up, 28 to 43. That must be a very tall hill. Let's go on the first one and just see if we can get the lay of the land. As it stands, we have at least 3. The hyenas are sort of backed themselves into a corner, which is good. So let's eat these mangoes. I didn't eat the mango, did I? Rubbish. Should have eaten the mango. Right, so we need to drink a whiskey as well. Let's go northwards and then head southwards, I guess, and we'll stay away from those pesky mosquitoes. They are far too deadly for my liking. Right, so we have a waterfall. Let's explore the waterfall. We arrived at a magnificent waterfall. It was an awe-inspiring sight. The water cooled down the air, creating a fresh breeze. Now, I'm going to be resting whenever I can because it would appear talking to people, that's how we come across the ghost to find the Necronomicon, because that's our dealio here. We prepared camp and allowed everyone to rest. Not a sound was heard tonight as we sat and stared into the campfire. All this travelling made us slowly know each other in and out. We talked about our different childhoods and I gained a new appreciation of my Trek members. Sakiri Davidson told me that about how he was attacked by a fierce pigeon when he was a child. Since then he had gained a big distrust against them. Goya Wu retold how he fell into a deep water hole when he was small. Bless. Bless. Okay, so yeah, we got our sanity back. That's about as much as we could hope to get from here. And we can also see what the other question marks are as we travel southwards. After days of resting, we still enjoyed the rumbling of the falling water. This was truly a beautiful place. Okay, so if we're going to go to here, it looks like we're going to see what that question mark on the east side of the map is going to be anyway. Ooh, shrines and a elephant graveyard. Okay. Well, let's do the shrine. We arrived at a long-forgotten shrine. It was a bold testament to the power of its creators. Low-hanging vines partially concealed the entrance that led within. A thick layer of sand seemed to surround the structure. We like sand on shrines. We like it. Before us lay some kind of ceremonial room. It was a truly awe-inspiring sight. We found a stone altar that was covered in ancient writings. My, this is pretty impressive. Gold! Golden owl head. We shall take. This was not a day of hesitation. We took the artifact from the altar. We grabbed what we could and hurried outside as the plant life around us began to wither and die. We could not tell how, but it seemed like we had caused some kind of shift in the climate of this region. Not very good. Not very good. Anyway, swamps, elephant graveyards, all good in the hood. This bleak and ancient place was situated in the middle of a swamp, littered with the remains of long-dead elephants. For some reason, the creatures of many generations had come here to die. Baku kafet yakwat fu. Calm down, we are all doing well. Right, I was certain that there was something to find here. We spread out and searched the area. We inspected some skeletons and found some well-preserved elephant tusks. Ivory was very valuable and I was delighted to see that our time here was well spent. Tusks, as in plural, not noun, as in one. You said tusks. Robbed. Right, so let's go southwards and then it looks like we're going to be heading south east in order to be able to find the we better drink some whiskey, the pyramid. So this is our last port of call here, I believe. We arrived at a rock overhang. It would serve as a basic shelter against the elements. Well, once again we shall rest. We decided it would be a good idea to stay here and told the people to rest. Not a sound was heard tonight as we rested by the fireplace. In the night I could hear the wind howl against the overhang, creating an eerie backdrop. It was as if nature itself was trying to chase me away. And we are rested. I don't know if it's worth heading northeast, just to make sure we are not missing anything. We prepared for departure. This had been an ideal place for resting, thanks to the slanted roof over our heads. Cool. Right, so we are way ahead as far as the rest of the explorers are concerned. Let's just have a little peeky. We've got the sanity. We'll just have a... Oh, there's the pyramid. We'll just have a little look-see. Make sure we're not missing anything in the corner. Oh, butterflies. We'll go butterflies. Why not? So, Isabella's fire glorious moth. And then we'll head southwards. Oh, another butterfly. Let's drink both whiskies. Why not? Let's go loco. I'll grab that butterfly. And then that's about it. So, let's go back. We could fight an elephant. Can we fight an elephant? Let's try fighting an elephant. This is probably bad. We want more tusks. Yes, we can attack elephants. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh, 2 elephants. And they have 25 health. And... yeah, I don't... No, not good. Not good. We stood no chance and had to run away. The group was scared and exhausted afterwards. Lesson learned there. Lesson learned. Let's get out of here. Oh dear, something's about to go on. The ongoing stress on our body made our senses numb and our wayfaring full of negligence. Goy stepped into a spear trap. It looked freshly placed. The spears were covered with blood and intestines. The wound was infected immediately. Oh dear. Not good. Infected wound. An infected wound is a serious threat. If not treated properly very soon, it will lead to certain death. Well, we better get out of here then. The majestic golden pyramid rose above its environment, overcoming all the obstacles we had yet survived. I am a stranger in a strange land. Let's enter. After weeks of travelling, great relief overcame me. I knew that this name, Isabella Bird, would go down in the annals of world history. Don't look back! Don't look back. And there we go. Expedition 1 done and dusted. We tried to have a go in elephants. We were outnumbered. If we had just the one elephant, I would have given it a punt. But 2, no chance. They had no misses on their dice. We were going to get our asses handed to us. Not good. Not good. So let us finish the expedition. Boom. Marry me! Marry me. Alright, so Triumph. Marry me! Oh, two marriage propositions after the first expedition. You must be a bit of a looker, Ms. Bird. What a lady. Right, so we have Desert Explorer, reduce movement costs in desert. We have Cartographer, reveals the full region when all locations have been found, which is pretty useful. And we have Lone Survivor, survive a little longer when all alone. Well, I'm not planning on being alone, so let's go for Cartographer. That is the generic one out of the 2. This will come up handy on all expeditions as opposed to Desert Explorer, where you'll have to choose deserts. And as we've done Freya, Miss Stark, got her out there, boom, desert every time. I'm not feeling deserts right now, so Cartographer it is. Huzzah! Huzzah! Okay, so we are second place. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Again, we're not being pushed by placing here. We're just looking at finding the Necronomicon. With that in mind, let us sell everything. Sell. And sell. And sell. And... yeah, and sell. So, 150 funds. Not too bad. Only just in second place. And next time round, we can either go to the Forgotten Drylands or we can go to the Golden Jungle. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We are looking for as many chances to sleep and experience like cenotes and whatnot as possible. So I will have a ponder and we shall pick this up in the next episode. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated and I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy.